Still in the arena bloodworks. Let's see what's going on here. Music sounds kind of epic. A little wary. People training in blue and red combat suits. One with the sword, one with bow and arrow. Let's talk to Blue Team Gladiator.
Oh, hey there. Nice to make your acquaintance. Well, my name's not important, really. I'm a combatant in the arena. Gladiator rank.
Tell me about the arena.
The arena is the bloody jewel of the Imperial city. It's where all the best fighters from all over the Empire come to test their skills. If you think you've got what it takes, go talk to Owen, the Blade Master. You'll find him in the Bloodworks, day and night. But stay away from Isabel, the Battle Matron. She doesn't deal with combatants unless they want to challenge the Grand Champion.
That's a quest, the arena. So we're about to fight there. Tell me about the Battle Matron.
That's Isabel. She's sort of the arena den mother. She handles the logistical stuff as well as the training of the Grand Champion.
And what about the Blade Master?
That's Owen. He is in charge of the arena. Arranges the fights, trains combatants, that sort of thing. Been that way since Gaiden Shinji.
Gaiden Shinji? Who is he?
Who is Gaiden Shinji? Are you serious? Gaiden Shinji was the first arena blade master. It was he who oversaw construction of the arena back in the First Era. The arena was his dream. To this day, an arena combatant lives by Shinji's credo. The best techniques are passed on by the survivors. To be the best, learn from the best. Ironically, Shinji himself was killed shortly after the arena was completed. Even he could not survive the 30-year siege of Orsinium.
Sounds a bit like the story of the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, where Gaudi never finished or saw his church finished, still isn't finished to this day. In a way, Gaiden Shinji, that sounds like a Japanese warlord or something. Well, thank you for your information, Blue Team Gladiator.
Farewell, my friend. May your blade always strike true and first.
Ooh, that really sounds like someone from World of Warcraft would say, an NPC. What about this guy? Whoa! Agronak Gromelok, that's an orc.
Hail, friend. I don't believe I've ever seen you down here in the Bloodworks before. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Agronak Gromelok. Most people just call me the Grey Prince. It's kind of silly, I know, but the people of Cyrodiil need heroes. I'm more than happy to oblige.
The Grey Prince, huh? Why is that?
Yes, it's what everyone calls me. I guess I'm partly to blame. I have never made it a secret that I'm actually only half orc. I am a lord's son, yet I've been denied the noble privilege to which I'm entitled. So I have become the Grey Prince, noble in my own right. Still, if I could prove who I really am and show the world that an orc can be noble in blood as well as deed, maybe, yes, you could help me.
I may be able to help. Tell me more.
I grew up here in the Imperial city, but I was born elsewhere. My mother was a servant in the employ of Lord Leviticus and resided at his fortress. Lady Leviticus was a shrew of a woman. The Lord and my mother grew close and ultimately fell in love. I was the result of their union. When the lady learned of my birth, she was furious and threatened to kill both my mother and me. So we fled, leaving my claim to nobility behind.
Please, go on.
My mother died recently. Before she passed, she gave me this key and told me it would unlock the truth at the place of my birth, Crowhaven. Crowhaven is a ruined fort far to the west of here. I'd go myself, but my training regimen doesn't allow for the luxury of such an excursion. My friend, you must travel to Crowhaven and use the key to unlock whatever it is that holds the proof of my birthright. Find this proof and return it to me, and I'll share with you some of my finest combat techniques. Trust me, you can't learn these moves in a book.
Origin of the Great Prince. Let's check it out. So apparently he is a, well, it says here, Agronagro Malok, the Imperial Arena Grand Champion. He is the Grand Champion, alright. Has sent me on a quest to find proof of his noble birthright. I must journey now to the west to a place called Crowhaven and begin my search. Gro Malok has provided me with a key I will surely need, but even he is unsure what it opens. So apparently he is heir to an estate. Well, it's not in the Imperial City. And what about the other quests we received? The arena. If I wish to join the arena faction as a combatant, I must speak with Owen, the Blade Master in the Arena Bloodworks. And I have a ring in my possession. Agronach's mysterious key. Alright. Anything else?
You've returned. So, have you been to Crowhaven? Have you... Oh, I see. You have not yet recovered any proof of my birth.
Well, not in...
Please, friend, make haste. This waiting about is torture. I know in my heart who I am. But with evidence, I can prove my claim to all of Tamriel.
I can't do it in like 1 second. Of course, I haven't got it yet. So what do we have here? Weapons. We can't take them yet. Red Room Gate. Only authorized combatants may enter the Red Room. You must first speak to the Arena Blade Master and arrange for a match. Alright. Mead. Beds. A pig. More like a swine. Now let's see what we have here. Yellow team champion.
I'm trying to train here, weakling. Why don't you go someplace more your speed? Like the Mages Guild.
I don't like you already.
I'm trying to train here, weakling.
She doesn't want to help me. Who are you? Are you the matron? Raiment cabinet needs a key.
Stop talking already!
I didn't say anything. Not to you anyway. Isabel Andronicus.
And who in Shinji's name might you be? Look, if you're a spectator, go upstairs and talk to the gatekeeper. This ain't no damn peep show. And if you're one of those idiots who thinks they have something to prove in the arena, go over and talk to Owen.
And again?
You again? You're becoming a real pain in my arse, you know that? I thought I made myself clear. You don't belong down here, now get!
Let's talk to her again.
You again?
No. Nothing more this time. Alright, so she doesn't like me as well. Okay, that must be Owen.
I'm a busy man, what is it?
And what is this? Letter from Branwen? Owen, I know you don't believe me. I know you think I'm just some stupid kid who doesn't know what she's talking about. But the truth is the truth. You are my father. Branwen is the girl we've met outside, fighting against the Khajiit, or was it an Argonian? One night with a scullery maid is all it takes. Or maybe your father deserted you too, and never taught you the basic lessons of life? Anyway, the past is long forgotten. What matters now is that you come to terms with the truth. I am your daughter, and I will join the arena as a combatant. Maybe someday, when I'm Grand Champion, you'll see that we have the same blood, the same tenacity. Until then day comes. I'll train every moment of every day. All I ever wanted was to make you proud. Your loving daughter, Branwen. Let's take it. He just threw it away, huh? Can we confront him about it?
I don't know who you are, friend, but you've got about 10 seconds to tell me what you're doing in my bloodworks before I lop your arms off.
Is he a red guard? He doesn't like me as well. I want to be a combatant.
You what? You want to be a combatant? Look at you! My granny could beat you, and she's dead! Wait, you're serious, aren't you? What is it with you people? You walk in, want to be combatants, and your entrails end up decorating my red room. All right, it's your funeral. Welcome to the arena, you filthy pit dog. You're free to fight so long as you know the rules of competition. Now let me give you your battle raiment. It's the uniform of all arena combatants. Do you want a light raiment or a heavy raiment?
Alright, so I'm a pit dog. Must be the lowest rank. I'll take the heavy raiment.
Here, wear it proudly. And keep it in good condition, would you? That way I can give it to some other suicidal idiot after you're dead. Just let me know when you're ready for a match, and we can get this over with.
Arena heavy raiment added. Okay, so now we're part of the arena, and we can ask him a lot. Let's start at the top. Tell me about the battle matron.
That's Isabel Andronicus, crabby old woman who sits over there. She's dear to me, so if you wrong her in any way, I'll rip your damn liver out.
Okay, sure. I'll stay out of her hair. What about you?
That's me, genius. Down here, I'm the boss. I don't care if the Emperor's ghost is floating around. In the Bloodworks, he answers to me.
He's a tough guy, isn't he? What about Gaiden Shinji, the creator of this arena?
The first arena blade master. Best damned warrior that ever lived. Served with the Order of Diagna. Got killed fighting the orcs. Azura rest his soul.
And can you tell me anything about the orc outside of this little... what do you call it? Niche?
The reigning grand champion is Agranagro Malog. His fighting name is the Great Prince. He's an orc. Well, half-orc, actually, or so they say. The important thing is he's been grand champion for nearly a decade. Why? Because nobody's had the guts to face him. The Great Prince is unbeatable. At least that's what the people of Cyrodiil have come to believe. Maybe it's time someone stepped into that arena and proved them wrong.
Could be me. But I'm not yet ready. Let's hear about the rules of competition.
You fight for the blue team. You fight against the yellow team. In order to fight in the arena, you must wear an arena battle raiment. The battle raiment covers your entire body. You can use your own helmet, shield, and weapon, so choose those items wisely. The battle raiment's already enchanted, so you can't muck with it. But aside from that, anything goes. Magic, stealth, whatever you need to win. You can compete in the arena any day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Just come to me, tell me you're ready for a match, and away you'll go. Got it? Good. If you actually manage to win a fight, don't get any ideas about looting your opponent's corpse. That's strictly forbidden.
Alright, no looting. Now, about the rumors.
I heard a rumor that you're an idiot. Any truth to that?
Before I say I'm ready, let's
get a move on.
Leave for now. Let's see what I have. So yeah, I want to try fighting in the arena. So let's put the arena heavy raiment. I guess it covers all fortified personality and athletics. Okay, I can keep my helmet. Kind of look like a woman in this. And apparently I can keep my sword and shield as well. And bow and arrow. So I'm with the blue team, apparently. And furthermore, my quest updated. I'm now a combatant in the arena faction. To arrange for a match, I must speak with Owen in the arena Bloodworks in the Imperial City. After every match, I must speak to Owen again to close out the match and receive any rewards earned. While I'm involved in any active matches, I will be unable to bet on any fights. Yeah, that would be match fixing, huh? Alright. Fair enough. Do these guys have something new to say now I have joined? Oh yeah, I want to check this out. Where is it? Arena. I'm part of a faction now. I'm Pit Dog. Next rank will be Brawler.
I guess Owen will let anyone join the arena these days. I guess I shouldn't let it bother me, seeing as how you'll be dead tomorrow.
You don't have much trust in me, do you?
I guess Owen will let...
Yeah. What about you? Can I ask you some questions? Oh, and by the way, now I can access the cabinets, and I can... Okay, that's just a heavy and light raiment. It's worth nothing, so you can't sell them.
Listen, Sunshine, I ain't in the mood. You want something? Talk to Owen. He's right over there, for Shinji's sake.
She doesn't want to have anything to do with me. Now we can pick another weapon if we want to.
Busy man, what is it?
Iron Claymore, I think it's a two-hander. Those are worth 40, so let's just take them. If anything, we can sell them. Yeah, that's two-hander, I don't want that. A Raiment cabinet. Let's see what we can find here. The Ransom of Zarak. That's a book. Let's read it. Where is it? It's a skill book. Ancient Tales of the Dwemer Part 1. Another Dwemer book. It's 18 pages. Sure, we can do it. Alright. What is that? Jelamil? Jelamil stood in her garden and read the letter her servant had brought to her. The bouquet of Joss roses in her hand fell to the ground. For a moment it was as if all birds had ceased to sing and a cloud had passed over the sky. Her carefully cultivated and structured haven seemed to flood over with darkness. We have thy son, it read. We will be in touch with thee shortly with our ransom demands. Zarak had never made it as far as Ekgun after all. One of the brigands on the road, orcs probably, or a cursed Dunmer, must have seen his well-appointed carriage and taken him hostage. Jelamil clutched at the post for support, wondering if her boy had been hurt. He was but a student, not the sort to fight against well-armed men, but had they beaten him? It was more than a mother's heart could bear to imagine. Don't tell me they sent the ransom note so quickly, called a family voice, and a familiar face appeared through the hedge. It was Zarak. Jelamil hurried to embrace her boy, tears running down her face. What happened? She cried. I thought thou had been kidnapped. I was, said Zarak. 3 huge, soaring Nords attacked my carriage on the Frimvorn Pass. Brothers, as I learned, named Matthias, Ulin, and Korg. Thou shalt have seen these men, mother. Each one of them would have had trouble fitting through the front door, I can tell thee. What happened? Jelamil repeated. Were thou rescued? I thought about waiting for that, but I knew they sent off a ransom note, and I know how thou does worry, so I remembered what my mentor at Ekgun always said about remaining calm, observing thy surroundings and looking for thy opponent's weakness. Zarak grinned. It took a while, though, because these fellows were truly monsters, and then, when I listened to them bragging to one another, I realized that vanity was their weakness. What did thou do? They had me chained at their camp in the woods not far from Kale, on a high knoll overlooking a wide river. I heard one of them, Kork, telling the others that it would take the better part of an hour to swim across the river and back. They were nodding in agreement when I spoke up. I could swim that river and back in 30 minutes, I said. Impossible, said Korg. I can swim faster than a little whelp like thee. So it was agreed that we would dive off the cliff, swim to the center island and return. As we went to our respective rocks, Kork took it upon himself to lecture me about all the fine points of swimming. The importance of synchronized movements of the arms and legs for maximum speed. How essential it was to breathe after only 3rd or 4th stroke. Not too often to slow thyself down, but not too often to lose one's air. I nodded and agreed to all his fine points. Then we dove off the cliffs. I made it to the island and back in a little over an hour. But Korg never returned. He had dashed his brains at the rocks at the base of the cliff. I had noticed the telltale undulations of underwater rocks and had taken a diving rock on the right. But thou returned, asked Jelamil, astounded. Was that not them when thou escaped? It was too risky to escape, said Zarak. They could have easily caught me again, and I wasn't keen to be blamed for Kork's disappearance. I said I did not know what happened to him, and after some searching, they decided he had forgotten about the race and had swum ashore to hunt for food. They could not see how I could have had anything to do with his disappearance, as fully visible as I was throughout my swim. The two brothers began making camp along the rocky cliff edge, picking an ideal location so that I would not be able to escape. One of the brothers, Matthias, began commenting on the quality of the soil and the gradual incline of the rock that circled around the bay below. Ideal, he said, for a foot race. I expressed my ignorance of the sport, and he was keen to give me details of the proper technique for running a race. He made absurd faces, showing how one must breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, how to bend one's knees to the proper angle on the rise, the importance of sure foot placement. Most important, he explained, was that the runner keep an aggressive but not too strenuous pace if one intends to win. It is fine to run in second place through the race, he said, provided one has the willpower and strength to pull out in the end. I was an enthusiastic student, and Matthias decided that we ought to run a quick race around the edge of the bay before night fell. Yulin told us to bring back some firewood when we came back. We began at once down the path, skirting the cliff below. I followed his advice about breath, gait and foot placement, but I ran with all my power right from the start. Despite his much longer legs, I was a few paces ahead as we wound to the first corner. With his eyes on my back, Matthias did not see the gape in the rock that I jumped over. He plummeted over the cliff before he had a chance to cry out. I spent a few minutes gathering some twigs before I returned to Yulin at camp. Now thou were just showing off, frowned Jalamil. Surely that would have been a good time to escape. So that's the second person that dies? Thou might think so, agreed Zarek, but thou had to see the topography, a few large trees and then nothing but shrubs. Yulin would have noticed my absence and caught up with me in no time, and I would have had a hard time explaining Matthias' absence. However, the brief forage around the area allowed me to observe some of the trees close up, and I could formulate my final plan. When I got back to camp with a few twigs, I told Yulin that Matthias was slow coming along, dragging a large dead tree behind him. Yulin scoffed at his brother's strength, saying it would take him less time to pull up a live tree by the roots and drop it on the bonfire. I expressed reasonable doubt. I'll show thee, he said, ripping up a 10-foot tall specimen effortlessly. But that's scarcely a sapling, I objected. I thought thou could rip up a tree. His eyes followed mine to a magnificent heavy-looking one at the edge of the clearing. Yulin grabbed it and began to shake it with a tremendous force to loosen its roots from the dirt. With that, he loosened the hive from the uppermost branches, dropping it down onto his head. That was when I made my escape, mother, said Zarek, in conclusion showing a little schoolboy pride, while Matthias and Kork were at the base of the cliff and Yulin was flailing about engulfed by a swarm. Jalamil embraced her son once again. Publisher's note: I was reluctant to publish the works of Marabar Sul, but when the University of Gwylin Press asked me to edit this edition, I decided to use this as an opportunity to set the record straight once and for all. Scholars do not agree on the exact date of Marabar Sul's work, but it is generally agreed that they were written by the playwright Gor Felim, famous for popular comedies and romances during the interregnum between the fall of the First Cyrodiilic Empire and the rise of Tiber Septim. The current theory holds that Felim heard a few genuine Dwemer tales and adapted them to the stage in order to make money, along with rewritten versions of many of his own plays. Gor Felim created the persona of Marabar Sul, who could translate the Dwemer language in order to add some sort of validity to the work and make it even more valuable to the gullible. Note that while Marabar Sul and his works became the subject of heated controversy, there are no reliable records of anyone actually meeting Marabar Sul, nor was there anyone of that name employed by the Mages Guild, the School of Julianos, or any other intellectual institution. In any case, the Dwemer in most of the tales of Marabar Sul bear little resemblance to the fearsome, unfathomable race that frightened even the Dunmer, Nords, and Redguards into submission and built runes that even now have yet to be understood. So that's the third book I've read made or written by this Marabar Sul. This one was a little vague, maybe. The other was one was about an excavation, and the other one I can't remember anymore. The Dwemer History and Culture, I think. So there might be more books. All right, let's talk to the other people before we start our first fight.